Hey guys, I'm Steph Castelein and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about 3 things that I would do differently if I was just starting my blogging journey. If you've been here for a while, you're probably familiar with my story, or at least part of it, but if you're new here, let me explain more of where I'm coming from. So I started thinking about blogging maybe 4 years ago now, and I was just dabbling. So I would kind of start a free blog and I'd quit, and I'd start a free blog and think it was too hard, and I had no idea where I was going with it, no vision, no plan. Well then 2 years ago, I finally was like, okay, I'm either doing this now or I'm not. Like, this needs to stop just being like half-hearted. So I dove all the way into a hobby blog. And my idea for it was to be a lifestyle blog where I talked about Northern Michigan, slow living, traveling, just kind of anything and everything that I could think of, and just more of my life. So a hobby lifestyle blog. If I was able to monetize it, awesome, and if not, well, I just wanted to share more with others. And as I did this, I found success with it. I was getting lots of engagement, especially on social media. I was getting a good number of sessions to my website and to my blog, and I was happy with the page view numbers and the people who were noticing it. But because I talked about a little bit of anything and everything, people found me for different reasons, but I found that they didn't keep coming back for more, or they would subscribe because they were excited that I was talking about Michigan, but I actually ended up talking about crockpot freezer meals and gardening, and they lost interest quickly. So basically I didn't have a vision, a focus, or a niche, and I feel like my followers and my readers were just kind of confused. And frankly, so was I. Coming up with content was like, well, do I talk about our photography business? Do I talk about traveling? Do I talk about Michigan? I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But one thing that I found myself consistently excited to talk about was blogging, was helping people learn more about blogging, what it looks like, how you can make money doing it, the ins and outs of it, and really how people can share their skills and their talents with others, and how they can use blogging as the means to do that. So that's when I made the decision to focus specifically on blogging as my niche, helping new bloggers start and grow their blogs. I started this YouTube channel, and right now I'm in the process of building a brand new blog focused specifically on blogging. So that's a short and sweet recap of how I got to where I am today. Obviously there's more to it than that. Oh man, the research that I've done and all the websites that I've attempted to start and have just totally abandoned. That's a story for another day. But back to the point of this whole video and talking about the 3 things that I wish I would have done when I first started my blogging journey. I want to share this with you guys because if you are looking into starting a blog or you're a new blogger, this is what I would suggest for you. The first and most important thing is that I wish I would have niched down. I wish I would have picked a specific niche and a specific topic for my blog from the very beginning. I continue to realize just how important niching down is, and I cannot emphasize this enough for you guys. It's important for your audience so that they know what they can expect for you, and you're also attracting the audience who is excited about what you're writing about. Because if you were like me, writing about recipes and photography and travel, and someone finds you because of recipes, and then you start talking about traveling and photography, they're gonna be like, wait, hold on, why? No thanks, like I just want recipes. So it's good for your audience, it's good for you, because instead of thinking of all the things that you could blog about, you know, you have a specific topic and a focus, and you can do so much research. I've made so many videos lately about creating content for your blog and for your niche. Like, you just do that over and over and over, and it helps you have a plan and keep your content calendar full, because all you have to focus on is teaching, educating, and inspiring your audience on your specific blog niche. And then third, it helps on the back end. It helps with like SEO and Google and getting found organically. When I was writing my hobby blog and sharing about, again, recipes and travel and photography, I was pushing it out on social media so people would find me. But Google wasn't sending people my way because they're like, well, do we send photographers? Do we send, you know, travelers? Do we send people looking for recipes? Like, who do we send your way? So it doesn't recognize you as an authority. It doesn't know what you're about. So by having it be a little bit of everything, I wasn't getting found organically. Now, if you just want a hobby blog, one where you don't make money and you're not worried about growing, then you can disregard this. But if you want to grow and monetize your blog at all, like having a focused niche as small as you can, as narrow and focused as you can, is going to help you so much. I fought niching down for so long, but looking back now, it's the biggest thing, the most important thing that I would change if I was just starting my blog. So, you know, it just took me 2 years, no big deal, but that's why I'm telling you guys, because if you're just getting started, don't make that mistake. The second thing that I would do differently is I would set up my blog using WordPress.org. If you want to take blogging seriously, if you want to grow and monetize your blog, you definitely want to set it up using WordPress.org. And I keep saying WordPress.org as opposed to WordPress because there's a big difference between WordPress.org and WordPress.com. WordPress.org is self-hosted and you own it, which basically means that you have control over every aspect of it. Of course, there's more to it than that. You can't just sign up for WordPress.org and think like your blog is up and running. But signing up for it from the very beginning is going to be your best bet as a new blogger, or just as a blogger in general. And again, hindsight, I can say that now because I've had my own experiences, done more in-depth research, and just seen how my blog has done not using WordPress.org, because when I signed up for my hobby blog, I used Wix. I used Wix to create my blog because it was user-friendly, because I can make a really great looking website with like hardly any effort, and because it was the platform that got me up and writing. Like within a few weeks I was sending people to my Wix website, and as I continued to learn more and change it, I still felt comfortable sending them there because it looked really good. It was a good looking website. But there's a reason why it's the very first video I did on my blogging series, why I'm switching from Wix to WordPress. It just has its limitations, and I talk more about those limitations in that video, so you can go check that out. Actually, it's gonna be a little card right here. It's gonna pop up. Whoop. In that video, I talk about why I'm switching from Wix to WordPress, and they're the same reasons why it's listed as number 2. It's because WordPress.org is the way to go if you're a new blogger. It's going to help you grow and monetize your blog the fastest, and has all the capabilities that you would want if you're building a blog. So that's number 2. And the third thing that I would do differently, and this has a few different layers to it, which I will obviously explain, but it's that I would pick a specific time on a specific day where I released one quality blog post a week. One blog post a week. So there's kind of 2 main parts to this. The first part is, I talk about it often on here, but how important it is to be consistent. It's important for you, it's important for your readers, it's important for Google and SEO. But what I would recommend, and what I would go back and do, I guess, and then obviously recommend to you guys, is picking a time, picking a day, and providing one quality blog post a week. And I would really emphasize the time and the date here, being consistent with that, so that your followers know what to expect. There are people that I follow online, obviously. I mean, I'm sure you do too. If you're watching this, hopefully you follow me. But there are people who put out content weekly, and I might or might not see it depending on what I'm doing. If I'm on social media that week, if they make it in my algorithm, I might or might not see it. But then there are people who I follow who literally come out with videos, with blog posts, with social media posts, the same time on the same day. So Tuesday and Friday at 11 a.m. I know that someone that I follow puts a video out every single week. Do I go look at every video? No, but have I been waiting before at 11 knowing that, oh, it's 10:55, I wonder what she's putting out this week? Yes, because I know that 11 o'clock Tuesday, 11 o'clock Friday, I can expect new content from her. So if you as a blogger are providing valuable content and you say every Monday at 10 a.m. new blog post, eventually, as you keep doing that over and over and over, you are going to have people aware of that, remember that, and eventually waiting for that. So that's one thing that I would really do differently. So this is the second part of that point, is because I'm focused on one blog post a week, one quality blog post a week, it allows me and my brain to have more space to explore other areas of blogging. And with the extra time that I've now given myself, I would look into SEO, I would look into Pinterest, and I would look into creating a lead magnet and establishing a sales funnel. Now you might be like, Steph, why'd you pick those 3 things? Well, I'm glad you asked, and let me tell you more. The first one, SEO. If you want to grow your blog, you want to get found on Google. You want Google and the search engines to send people who are looking for what you're writing about your way. I mentioned it a little bit before, but I was promoting my hobby blog on social media, on Instagram and Facebook, and I was getting good traffic for that. But what happens when I keep creating content, but I don't post on social media? Are people finding my blog? Or do people know that I'm still blogging? Do people know that I'm still writing? Or do they rely on seeing my social media post to then maybe go check out my blog and website? See the problem there? As soon as you stop pushing on social media, are you getting traffic to your website? And for me, the answer was no. So I would spend a lot more time learning the in and outs of SEO, knowing that I want to grow my blog and have it show up organically and push organic traffic to my blog and website. The second thing I would spend my extra time on is Pinterest. Pinterest has moved from being a social site to being more of a search engine. So when people are on Pinterest, they're searching for something specifically. So I would spend my extra time learning how to create pin images and promote on Pinterest and write descriptions and set up boards so that when people who are on Pinterest searching for my specific niche, when they have questions regarding my topic that I blog about, they're likely to see my pins, click on them because they're there searching for those specific questions, and are led back to my blog and website and hopefully become recurring readers and fans, and they know what time and what day I post a blog so that they keep coming back for more. Are you seeing the theme here? Again, the point is that I don't have to rely on posting on social media and hoping that someone sees it and then is still like in the mood or wanting to click or find what I'm talking about interesting. When I'm focused on SEO and Pinterest, I'm driving people who are searching for my specific topic straight to my blog and website. And finally, the third thing that I would spend my time doing is creating a sales funnel. So starting with a lead magnet, so like a freebie. So essentially I would create an email list, which I did right away. I had an email list because that's what a lot of bloggers and online entrepreneurs suggested, was to start list building and create an email list where you can have that communication, that direct communication with your followers and audience. So I was kind of doing that. I sort of created a freebie, and I definitely had an email list, and it was really productive in some ways, but again, just because I didn't have a specific niche, it was kind of all over the place. So if I could go back to the beginning and knowing what I know now, I would make a worksheet or some sort of paid offer. Let's say, you know, $7 to $20, somewhere in there, a paid offer, and I would work backward and create a freebie that would get people into this sales funnel. So it's called a lead magnet or a freebie. It's where people give their email in exchange for something free, some sort of information. So I'm sure you've done it before. I've signed up for many because heck, if they have the information I want, sure, I'll give you my email for it, knowing that I can always unsubscribe. But essentially I would create this sales funnel, I would create this lead magnet, and then have an email sequence and then a final product at the end from the beginning. And I know that probably sounds intimidating as a new blogger. I know that when I first started blogging, you know, I was again worried about the technical side, the website side, creating enough content, creating more content, getting it out via social media. But if I could go back and like focus on what I know now to be important, that is what I would do differently. Mostly because of the experience and like knowing that I want to grow and monetize my blog. This is a great way to do it. You get to see what works, what doesn't, you start list building, and you just start getting into all the things that successful bloggers, people who make full-time incomes blogging, like they have worksheets and courses available and really utilize their list and sales funnels. Those are the three things, if I could go back in time, that I would do differently. 1, niching down, 2, starting with WordPress.org, and 3, posting 1 blog post a week at the same time and the same day so that my audience knows what to expect, so I can spend my time exploring other facets of blogging. And I know that it doesn't always seem that easy, guys. I truly know. Again, this is me talking 2 years later, looking back on what I would do differently, and it's so like kind of easy to see it now, but it's not always easy when you're in it, especially in the thick of it. I've gotten so many messages from you guys on my video of switching from Wix to WordPress, of how you built this beautiful website and blog with Wix and you're just now realizing that you should have built it with WordPress. And all of that is just a part of the experience. It's part of the journey. It's what happens when you dive into something that you've never done before. Like, you are learning something new about blogging every single day if you're a new blogger. Like, I'm still learning new things about blogging, and I've been doing it for 2 years. Thanks for being here today. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that you're notified every single time that I post a new video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again real soon. And just remember, if you start to feel overwhelmed with blogging, take a deep breath, focus in on what needs to be a priority, not what everyone else is doing, and just do that, okay? Do that well, and then continue to learn as you grow. You got this, okay? I'm cheering you on always, and if you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. See you guys later. Bye!